me just say a few words about the Lausanne Movement by way of history and orientation, as well as a bit of a glimpse into the hopes for the future of the Lausanne Movement. The Lausanne Movement, of course, began in Lausanne, Switzerland in 1974 with the first Congress on World Evangelization that was convened by Dr. Billy Graham. It brought together about 2,700 leaders from nearly 150 countries around the world. That Congress really produced three gifts for the global church. The first one was the Lausanne Covenant. John Stott was the primary architect. There were others who worked with him. But the Lausanne Covenant really served as a uniting force. It really articulated the vision, the values, the convictions of evangelicals with respect to our understanding of God and mission, the church, and the world. The second contribution of the Congress was a whole new way of thinking about the world. In 1973, there were those who said we no longer need missionaries. In fact, we would like to call for a moratorium on mission. Why? Because according to their reckoning, the church was now established in every country on the face of the earth. A year later, at Lausanne 74, Ralph Winter took the podium and he said, the church established in every country on the face of the earth, not even close. He said there are thousands of nations that have no access to the gospel. At that time, it was estimated there were about 16,000 people groups, totaling nearly 1.6 billion people who had no access to the gospel. Today, in a world where the population has nearly doubled, the number of unreached is less than 1 billion people, probably around 600 million. The number of groups that have been reached with a Bible translation in a church has increased by the thousands. So that was really a great gift, which made a great impact on the church around the world. The third gift was the broadening of our understanding of mission, that it's not just the proclamation of the gospel, it's also the incarnation and the demonstration of the gospel, holistic ministry. We're praying that three things will come out of this Congress. First of all, we trust that we will move from a sense of tremendous fragmentation to a greater sense of unity as people who share a common faith, common vision, common experience, a common mission in the world. Secondly, not only unity in terms of who we are as the people of God, but secondly, clarity with respect to the gospel. And then thirdly, we trust that being together, 4,000 people over the period of 10 days, there will be a realization that we are all in this together, and that in hearing the great minds deal with the biggest challenges before us, that a clear sense of priorities will emerge, that there's a realization that if we stand shoulder to shoulder, arm in arm on these few issues, we can really make a difference in advancing the work of the gospel, strengthening the work of the church, bringing honor to the name of Christ. There's actually a very strong relationship between the Lausanne Movement and Gordon-Conwell Seminary. Of course, both of us look to Dr. Billy Graham as the founder. He played such a key role here at Gordon-Conwell Seminary, and it was really Billy Graham who God used to convene the first Lausanne Congress in 1974. Now, several of our faculty have played very key roles, as well as students, but historically, you can't underestimate the role that Dr. David Wells played. Peter Kuzmich was really the leader of the Lausanne Movement in Eastern Europe. I think that these luminaries of the Lausanne Movement and these luminaries of the Gordon-Conwell Seminary would be very pleased to see that the legacy has passed to a new generation. The program chair for Lausanne 3 in Cape Town is Ramez Atullah, an outstanding graduate of the seminary, currently the director of the Bible Society of Egypt based in Cairo. One of the main plenary speakers will be Dr. Tim Keller, also a graduate of the seminary, who will be speaking the second or third night of the Congress on the work of the gospel in the mega cities of the world. We're very pleased that Dr. Hollinger serves on the U.S. Council of Advisors for the Lausanne Movement, and he will be present in Cape Town. Several of our students, about 6 or 7 of our students, will be there as stewards. A number of our faculty will be there as participants. So there are many linkages. It's only natural because of the fact that the Lausanne Movement has a singular focus on world evangelization. And a part of the vision and the mission of this seminary is for us to be a globally engaged seminary. There's a wonderful sense of sharing the spirit of Lausanne, which Billy Graham has referred to as the spirit of fellowship and humility and study and prayer and partnership and hope. This is really in the DNA of the seminary as well as the movement. And I'm so pleased that this Congress, I think, really serves to be a great benefit to Gordon-Conwell as well as to the Lausanne Movement, and hopefully a real gift to the church around the world.